It put you through changes. I mean, it's been what? How many months now? 3 months?
Since what? Since the breakup?
Yeah.
A little less than 3, yeah.
It made you really, it put you through, like you thought maybe going with a younger woman, there's something really cool about it.
Yeah,
It only made you feel old.
you know what it was? It was that, like, she made me feel like she was doing me a favor, like, by being with her. Like, she was taking pity, like, oh, it was so nice of her to date me, like, fuck that.
So every time you made love, it was a mercy file rather than
Right,
one,
like,
you know?
like she wasn't fucking lucky to be with me too.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
It always seemed to go to be all about her issues
yeah,
and never with you.
yeah.
And it even got you going on after all of this, with all the loneliness that started hitting you, you started serial dating. And you know what? There wasn't any woman that you could find that you could even build yourself into feeling remotely passionate about.
Well, it's hard, like, when you've been with, like, one person for so fucking long, like, you forget, like, what the beginning is like when you just starting to, like, get to know somebody.
Yeah.
It all just feels weird.
But on a brighter note, weirdly enough, you ended up bumping into a man that you had had something with a long time ago. And he always made you feel incredibly special and beautiful about yourself. He was the only guy that ever did that. And he was the only one. So, I mean, he had moved to the West Coast, and suddenly he showed up, and he was at one of the bars that you were at when you were looking for a girl
Yeah.
to drag home that night. So he kind of knows the score, and that not only, it didn't deter him. All it did was, like, you know, make him, like, go, hey, you know, can you find a little bit of a spot in your life for me?
That's fucking persistent, right? Like,
Fucking persistent.
you wait a long fucking time.
He waited a long time, and you know what? And you needed a friend. You needed a friend. You needed a friend so bad that not only did you finally take him up, I mean, one night you got drunk and you ended up in bed with him, and it wasn't so bad because you didn't have that female competition, and it was something that was completely different.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, he satisfied you. I mean, you actually.
That's fucking shocking.
It was not only fucking shocking, you were stunned. And like afterwards, I mean, I think you laid back in bed and laughed for a half an hour, and he couldn't understand why you were laughing. And it was like really probably the first time you've had satisfaction since, you know, like, well, look, let's face it, your sex life with Trisha was not the best.
Well,
And the
hey,
last-
we had some good moments.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about the last 6 months.
Well, no, the last 6 months.
They were dreadful.
No.
They were horrible.
It was
It
like,
was forced.
it was like perfunctory.
It was like forced. So anyway, you're starting to feel secure with this guy, you know? And he's
Throw me
hanging.
for a loop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Bruce, and
Of course it
you
is.
I know, I mean, exactly.
Mhm.
But you've told him all about Trisha, so he knows everything about her. And he feels like he doesn't feel any competition whatsoever. And he thinks it's your thing with her, but he thinks that she did you wrong. He thinks that she did, he firmly believes that she was really kind of selfish and always about her and not about you. And that's the thing he loves about you, is you're so amazingly giving.
You know, I mean, she was selfish, but it's like, she's 20, she's 25, like,
no excuse, doesn't matter. 25, 35, 45, you can make all the excuses in the world. That was what Bruce told you.
Yeah.
You know what? You learn that stuff when you're 15 years old. You're polite, you're respectful, or you're not.
Yeah.
You know, and as you grow older, hopefully you deepen. But there's a point where, you know, like the youth, I mean, as you said, it was always about a mercy fuck, rather than, you were feeling like that, even if it wasn't, you know?
I mean, like, I think some of it was like my own insecurities, but like, I think it came from somewhere, you know?
Yeah,
Came from
it did come from somewhere.
some truth in there.
So, tonight, Bruce is over. You both have had a glass of wine, and Bruce...
Wine? I drink wine now?
Oh yeah, well, you didn't until he came into it.
Alright.
Well, no, he's a connoisseur of wine, and he's sort of...
Classy guy.
He got you into it. So, I mean, so you have, and also, like, he's also a connoisseur of pot. And, you know, and he actually has 3 marijuana shops, like, on the West Coast. And he makes a ton of money, like, from those. I mean, he's well off, he's cool. He's cool with you. If you want him to leave, he'll leave. If you want him to stay, he'll stay. The coolest thing about him is that he's your friend, and you feel he's your friend.
You feel comfortable with him.
Yeah, you feel really comfortable with him. And it's the only man you felt like this about in a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
So tonight you're with Bruce, and you're having a nice evening. You're listening to who are you listening to?
Who are we listening to?
I don't know. I think you're probably listening to that British singer. What's her name? You know, Adele.
Adele? Oh,
Yeah.
I fucking love Adele.
I
She's
think
great.
I think you're listening to Adele. I mean, yeah. So I mean, yeah, and you know, and you actually saw Skyfall, and you know, and you stayed all the way through the credits, hoping she was going to sing the song again, and you got really pissed off when she didn't. But you bought the CD, and so anyway, and Bruce is a big Adele fan anyway, so.
He's like a lesbian trapped in a guy's body.
Well, he is.
I love it.
He is. No, he is. He always keeps saying, you know, that he's a dyke at heart. I mean, and that's what he keeps telling me.
Let's fucking get along.
You know, so close your eyes.
All right.